it's Chantale from Red Page Cafe. I am back to, let's create the signatures. So the papers that we put in our journals, right? So I'm going to kind of show you what I've done already, and I'm going to explain what papers I use and how I go about making my signatures, and that might be it for today. So let's get started. So what do? I use digitals first, and I know I want to make 6 signatures, so these are different digitals that I've got. I'm mainly using Tracie Foxes. I'll link the digitals in the bottom of the video as well, just so you know. So I have the digitals, so I've got these guys, and then what I'm doing, so I'm just going to put all the digitals. I started kind of folding, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So that is how it is, I guess. So what I do is I keep my digitals, print up all my digitals. Now what I use is the Epson photo paper, like, these ones, unfortunately, I needed to clean my printer, so there's little lines, but this is the quality that it usually gives, and it's just beautiful. And it's an eco tank that I use, and so I don't waste too much paper. Here's a couple of the digitals. Tracie has got a lot of digital. These ones are from Ruby and Pearl. I like those ones as well. This is Tracie Fox as well. They are Birth Month, Botanical Collage, and Pretty Patchwork, I believe. These ones and these ones. This one is Ruby Red, and I believe it's a ledger, like floral ledger or something like that. Yeah, I just think they're really pretty. So this is kind of what I've done. This is Tracie. So these are the digitals I've got. Okay, that's the one. So I'm going to put this to the side. Another one, I picked up a ledger book, like a vintage ledger book. Now it was a plain one, so there was no writing on them, which is great for journals if you want, like for writing journals or anything like that. So this one I picked up, and I believe it was Sarah at Crafty Paper Bits, I believe she's called. She's got a shop. I will link her information as well. Everybody that I've mentioned, I'll try to link below and try not to forget. And then I make my own paper. So I've got avocado dyed paper, which is this pink, beautiful, pinky kind of delicious paper that I make. I just use the avocado skins, I soak them, and then I make my paper. And I dry my paper right away in the oven. Unless it's a beautiful day outside, and sometimes I'll put them outside, but I do have dogs, so that's not always a great choice. So avocado dyed paper. I'm using avocado dyed paper because it's kind of a peachy pink color, which is working really well with this journal. And then I've got, of course, your tea dyed paper. You need some tea dyed paper. All those little dots are from my pizza pans, different pans that I use. Cookie sheets make different markings. I also use, I don't know if I can see one in there. Oh, right here. I also use lids, like metal lids, to make like coffee stains. So there's one here too. So I like to mix and match and play with the paper. I do also dry the paper. Then I use, this is just a grocery bag. It's the reason why I use this one and not just the rolled paper bag is because it's thicker. The rolls of paper that I have found has not been as thick. So what I do is I kind of cut them down, sort of this size, about the size of a piece of paper, right? A little wider maybe, possibly. And then I just literally, like, I'll probably trim this off and make this paper a little shorter, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I use my ruler. So what I'll do to know the size, because there's a rip in this one, I'm just going to use the paper and go kind of like this, and it's just going to be a shorter piece, which is, I don't mind at all. So these ones I'm probably going to make like 4 per sheets. I think I got 3 sheets here. So this is just from our grocery store. They were going paper, the one grocery store. And these little bits I'll use for like probably some collage or different things like that in the journal. So this is kind of the variety of paper that I'm using in this one. I may add some, I've got this kind of really pretty, but it's very, it's not very thick. So I don't know, I might add it, might not, but it's kind of like this forest green. So I don't know if it really works with this journal. I'm kind of trying to keep it in the pinks and in the little bit of blue, purpley colors, you know, kind of match the cover a bit. And then, I mean, I always love a paper bag in my journal. So, and then this one's a little wider because I got this little edge. That's where the paper bags stick together. So I'm going to take that off and try to kind of make it straight. And then we're going to clean this edge off too. Just like hold it down. This is a little thicker, so you do have to, whoops, just to get it started. Now these are just, I just like the variety, like the brown with it. And I like, I don't know, the softness and the roughness of the paper, I guess. And then this one looks pretty good, except the edge of that one is not great. So, I don't know. How tall is one of these? I think about there, it should be good, I think. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off this edge. So it's sort of straight and looks a little nicer than the bits that I just kind of cut it off real quick with scissors. And this little bit I might just, I'll just leave it for now. Not too worried about it. So that's kind of how I get my papers prepped. Now you can use, I know some people use like book pages. I sometimes do as well, but I don't really have book pages that I want to include in these particular journals. So I don't know, I mean, because I'm using digitals, so I'm not too concerned about, there will be some florals as well. So there's my brown paper. So what I do, I think the brown papers, I'm only putting 1 per signature. Now signatures, you know, your book bundle or whatever, your pages that you put in a journal. So these are the ones I've already done. So I've just, there's no rhyme or reason. I don't really have why I place papers the way that I do. I just kind of go the way I'm liking it. So these ones are pretty, like just the basic, right? So I've got the variety. Now these ones are a little longer, so I just fold it like that. And there's another digital, the tea-dyed paper, another one of these. So I've been putting 2, and then the brown. So that's kind of how I've done my signatures so far. And then, you know, the second one, you don't have to necessarily start with the digital. So, because it, like, when you're thinking about opening your pages, this is kind of what you're going to see beside each other, right? It does not need, because it just becomes your next page. So it doesn't need to be another digital beside each other. I kind of like this plain and digital beside. So this one has a variety as well. Yeah, so this one I decided to use the tea-dye paper in the middle. So that's all I really do. And then I like to switch it up a bit so that we have a digital. Now this one's a little busier. Well, it's got like more collage kind of feel. That's the one I used for the pockets. And then this is a more softer digital. So it becomes not as like, you know, you got to remember these are going to be like, these will probably, my signatures will probably change by the time I sew them in the journal. So I'm just picking the base. So I've got, for this journal, I decided on 6 signatures. Like, I'm not sure if I love these two together, so I might just do like I did with the last one and switch it up and make it, you know, this one's pretty as well. Or you can do that as well. Just turn them all around. Go like that. I think I like that better. So it really, it's completely up to you. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. Now, what I'm going to be doing with these, it doesn't seem like a lot of paper. I might even end up taking papers out. It always seems to start this way. I think I don't have that many papers. I think I'm doing great. And then I end up taking some pages out because they bulk up once you add your flips or your tucks or your pockets or whatever you're going to use. Now I will be adding some pockets to the covers probably. Like, might not be every one of them, but you'll see as I go along. For today, I'm just gonna do the signatures with you, so it kind of gives you an idea of what I do. I'm gonna start with the digitals, so we're just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna fold them in half. That's all I'm doing. I might speed up this part so that, you know, it's really quite simple, so that way you don't have to watch, you know, the obvious. It's just folding paper, right? And then we'll see where we're at with time. So this is exactly what I do. I just fold. So I'm just doing all the digitals. So I'm putting them like that. Now you could fold it this way or the other way. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to fold them all this way for now. And nothing crazy. Just folding. Now, these birth month botanical collage sheets are great for, like, a great way to start you don't have to do any collage. You don't have to do anything fancy with your paper. It's beautiful. Grateful that I get to use these beautiful papers by Miss Tracie. This one's more like a plainer paper, but it's okay. Still love it. Oh, what the heck? So nothing fancy here. Just golden paper. That one. Okay, so we got these guys. Now we already have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should have 12. I already folded a couple over here though. This one maybe? I don't know. Sure. Whatever. It's fine. So now what I want to do is kind of look at them and see which ones would sort of work together. So these ones are kind of like this style. So I'm going to go kind of more busy, more soft. So these two can go together, maybe. I don't know, just kind of playing around. We don't want the same one. I'm kind of liking these two together. Now, what I'm doing, I'm just kind of building signatures right now. So I'm just nothing fancy schmancy here. See, these are the same one, but just by turning it over, it changes the look, right? So there's that. They have different insides, so we're gonna go like that. Put these two together, and we'll go like this. Good enough for now. So we've got a couple like that. And now we need some paper. So I just, one of these. I don't really put them in order yet. I just kind of put one in each. I don't really think about it too much. I have a favorite. I put it in there. I want one of these guys. Where did it go? Just get it right in there for now. Oh, is it bigger? Oh, not too much. Alrighty. And then we just play around with them. Figure out, there you go. Another thing you can do as well. Good contrast. Then maybe we'll put one on the outside. Just a bit. We have one of those. Okay. Another thing I like to do is, let's see the time. I like to add short pieces, so like half pages. So what you can do with that is you can use scraps or you can make your own. So what I'm going to do, because it's more of a pinky, I think I'm going to use the pinks. And I'm going to pick some. Here. I'm just going to cut them in half. Now you could go lengthwise or shorties, but I think I'm going to go this way. So you go like this, okay? Like that. Trusty ruler. And then you make them into half. So it kind of gives you like, so you kind of have like a half. So you can see half of your design or wherever you want to put it, really. And then we're like, so it just gives a different, I don't know, texture. I don't know if it's texture, whatever you want to call it. Gives it a new look. So then I think I'm going to do some halves of these ones as well. The tea-dyed ones. So, I mean, use up your scraps if you want. You don't even have to fold them exactly in half either. You can go like shorties, right? You can go like this, for example. See how long it is. Then you can go this way or the other way, whichever. So, for example, put a shorty. And then once we decorate it, you'll see what I mean. You could add a little decoration there. It just gives it a little something. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 shorties per bundle. So, we're going to put this one kind of short. And you don't have to fold outside either. You could fold inside like that. Now these end up being harder to sew in, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is the middle. I'm thinking maybe over here. Longer. It just gives it a different interest, right? So like when you open your journal, it'll be kind of like that, right? I like different lengths of paper myself. See how it gives you like 3 different colors? I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And then, get some contrast. And then we're going to add even more texture and dimension with sewing. Right? I don't know what it is, but I just love these layers. I love the look. Just gives it a little, you know, that is something. Also do it this way. Love me a good polka dot, that's for sure. I mean, look. Oh, just love it. Just love it. I don't know what it is about it. This one's ripped, so we're gonna just leave it like that. Give it a little more interest. Just like that. So this is just kind of the beginning of how I go about creating signatures, right? So this one, I don't know if this one's going to stay on top. Thinking that, I don't even know if they're going to stay in this line either. I think I want. Maybe like that. I don't know. It'll probably move by the time I actually sew them in. So this kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. Here's the journal cover. So it's going to sit. Now it doesn't look, it's going to sit in there, and it's not even decorated yet. So I might end up putting less papers, but and there you go. That's what it looks like so far. So now next step will be sewing some tabs and possibly starting the process of decorating. So for today, I just wanted to show you guys how to create some signatures. This one, I think I'm gonna add some short ones because I didn't, and I really like how they look, and it bulked it up a bit more too. That's okay. So there we go. It just kind of gives you an idea of the more paper you put in, even if it's little short ones, the bulkier it gets, right? So just be aware of that when you're creating your signatures. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to do for like binding them yet. I might do a hidden, like a hidden binding or crisscross or whatever it's called. Anyways, I'm not sure yet, so I'm going to think about that. And I usually don't bind them yet anyways. I usually create the decorating part, which just can be very long, can take it's a long process. So I'll bring you along for a couple of them, and then I might do some without the camera on, just to kind of speed things up, and then I'll show you what I've created. And yeah, so I hope that you're enjoying the series so far. If you want to see more of the process, like if you want to, like, I'm hoping that this will give you ideas and different ways of how I create the signatures. Anyways, I will stop babbling. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you're enjoying the series so far. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.